It was merely a casual dinner with her ex, she claimed, dismissing my unease as excessive. So, I allowed her to attend that meal, but I didn't stay home twiddling my thumbs. Instead, I showed up at the same elegant restaurant with a woman who guaranteed the night would take an unexpected turn for my former partner. By the end of the evening, Emily was in tears in the bathroom, her ex-boyfriend footing her bill. That night became the final time they dined together. Let's rewind to Monday, when this complicated mess began to unravel. I'm 30, working in supply chain management, earning roughly $90,000 a year, and had been dating Emily, 27, for 6 months. She's a marketing professional, thriving on industry connections, client dinners, and networking gatherings. Then there's James, her ex, with whom she shared a 3-year relationship before their breakup 8 months prior. Despite their split, they remained close colleagues, navigating the same professional circles with shared contacts, supposedly for work purposes only. At first, I believed her intentions were genuine. We're adults. Exes are part of life, and that's fine. What matters are clear boundaries. The issue was Emily never established them. James texted her constantly, lengthy phone calls, inside jokes, and invitations to events where they'd spend hours together, leaving me out. Whenever I voiced my discomfort, she'd lecture me about trust being the foundation of any relationship, suggesting my concerns meant I wasn't ready for something serious. It was classic misdirection, and for a time I fell for it. Then came Monday night. Emily casually mentioned she had dinner plans with James on Wednesday at a chic new restaurant in the city center, describing it as conveniently close to their workplaces. When I asked what time I should be ready, she froze, caught off guard, and said I wasn't included. It was just her and James, discussing a potential work project. Warning signals went off in my head. Who arranges a private business meeting with an ex at a cozy, dimly lit restaurant? I told her I wasn't comfortable with it. She fired back, insisting it was strictly professional, not personal, and that James's network could advance her career. It's just dinner, Tom. Don't be so controlling, she said, using her go-to line to shut down the conversation. But I wasn't trying to dictate her actions. I just didn't want to be made a fool. So I let her go to her dinner, and made my own arrangements. On Tuesday, I contacted Sarah, someone I'd briefly dated before Emily. We'd kept in touch with occasional, friendly messages. Hey Sarah, want to try a new restaurant tomorrow night? I asked. She chuckled, teasing. Is this a date or just a meal? I responded. Let's say it's dinner and see where it goes. Sarah, confident and quick-witted, always dressed with impeccable style, was the kind of person who could command attention. And I knew her presence would rattle Emily if we crossed paths. On Wednesday, Emily spent extra time getting ready, tailored jacket, low-cut blouse, a wave of perfume, and over an hour perfecting her hair and makeup. Enjoy your work dinner, I said, my voice laced with irony. It's not a dinner, it's networking, she retorted sharply. Romantic networking, of course, I mumbled. She left at 6:30. I picked up Sarah at 7 o'clock. As we drove, Sarah raised an eyebrow. This just about the food? She asked. I grinned. Emily's out with her ex, calling it a work thing. I'm just broadening my own network. Sarah smirked. I'm all in for new experiences, especially if the wine's good. The restaurant was lively, filled with a midweek crowd in smart casual attire, nothing obviously out of place. We were seated by 7:45, and I scanned the room subtly. 10 minutes later, I spotted them. Emily and James at an intimate table by the window, her laughter echoing as she lightly touched his arm. Sarah noticed too, whispering, "That's them?" I nodded. 3 years together, now 6 months of work meetings. Totally platonic. Sarah sipped her wine. Want to make this fun? She asked. What's your plan? I replied. Let's show them what a real friendly dinner looks like. We threw ourselves into the evening, chuckling over books, life, and career stories. Sarah's charisma was effortless, drawing eyes from across the room. About 30 minutes in, Emily spotted us. Her smile vanished, replaced by a mix of shock, frustration, and discomfort. She leaned toward James, whispering, and he glanced around, clearly unaware of the brewing tension. She's not subtle, I told Sarah. She wants to confront us but doesn't know how, Sarah replied, amused. Let's just enjoy our meal. Emily's focus crumbled. Her eyes darted toward us every few minutes while James rambled on, oblivious, likely pitching some professional idea. By 8:30, she excused herself to the restroom, clutching her phone. Moments later, my phone buzzed with her texts. Why are you here? I showed Sarah, who grinned. Keep it brief, she suggested. I replied, having dinner. The food's excellent. Emily, with who? Me. Sarah, you've met her. Emily, this is out of line. Me, why? You said dinners with friends are fine. That's all this is. Emily, this is different. I didn't respond, just silence. In the restroom, one woman was quietly weeping while her business associate paid the bill. When Emily returned, her eyes showed traces of redness. She sat beside James but couldn't stop glancing our way. James, sensing her distraction, grew uneasy, stumbling through their conversation. By 9:15 he signaled for the check. Emily clutched her purse tightly, avoiding our gaze as they headed for the exit. Then she paused. Tom, we need to talk, she said. About what? I asked. This situation. What situation? I'm having dinner just like you. This is different and you know it, she insisted. Different how? Because I'm not hiding my plans. James stood behind her, confused. Emily, everything okay? He asked. Just a work friend, she muttered. Let's go. They left without another word. Sarah laughed. That was more dramatic than I expected. I sighed. More than I wanted. Let's finish our meal. Tomorrow, I'll deal with whatever story Emily comes up with. No word from Emily that night, a heavy, revealing silence. By Thursday morning, the tension broke. We need to talk about last night, her text read. Sure, what's up? I replied. Don't play dumb. You crashed my dinner with James. I didn't crash anything. I had my own reservation, booked Tuesday. Check with the restaurant. And I had, after Monday's argument, I'd anticipated her plans and acted accordingly. Why didn't you tell me you'd be there? She demanded. Why would I? You said it was a work dinner. I didn't want to interfere. Don't be sarcastic, Tom. You threw James off. What did you tell him about us? I asked. Silence. Then, I said we're dating but not exclusive. There it was. For 6 months, she presented herself as my girlfriend while telling James she was single. You've been misrepresenting us while accusing me of being controlling for questioning you, I said. I didn't lie, I just kept it vague, she replied. Vague for who? James, who still has feelings for you. You're using that for work. I'm not using him. I'm keeping professional opportunities open. You're stringing him along for career benefits while deceiving me. The truth poured out. Emily admitted she'd downplayed our relationship to maintain James's interest, believing it gave her a professional advantage. Seeing you with Sarah hurt, she said. Good, I replied. That's how I felt watching you flirt with James like he was still yours. I was just being friendly, she claimed. You were being dishonest to both of us. So what now? She asked. We're done. You had 6 months to be truthful. You chose deception. I ended the call and blocked her. 6 weeks later, the fallout unfolded. Emily's carefully constructed facade collapsed. When she confessed to James, he felt used, having invested time and resources under false impressions. Their professional partnership ended. No more dinners, no more favors. Emily tried to repair things through shared contacts, claiming she'd learned from her missteps. But it was too late. James, feeling betrayed, revealed how she'd exploited his feelings for her gain, and her professional reputation suffered. Trust, once shattered, was difficult to restore. Meanwhile, Sarah and I grew closer, building on openness rather than manipulation. Emily's friends tried to paint me as harsh for not forgiving her, but when I explained how she'd deceived both James and me for personal gain, their arguments fell apart. Last I heard, Emily was alone, cut off from James's network and struggling to regain her professional standing. She'd gambled on balancing her ex's affection and my commitment while chasing career opportunities. But when the truth emerged, her carefully constructed world crumbled. It wasn't about control. It was about honesty. Emily called me overbearing for questioning her dinners with James, but she was the one spinning a web of half-truths. She let James believe there was still a spark, let me believe we were exclusive, and let ambition cloud her integrity. In the end, she didn't just lose a relationship, she lost her credibility. That dinner didn't dismantle her scheme, it revealed it. James paid the bill that night, but it was the last time he fell for her deception.